All right, here we are in week 6 and a couple of requests from you for a video. So today I am going to cover two things. We're going to do sit and be fit, which is a way that you can sit in your chair and get fitter. But what I want to focus on more importantly in our sit and be fit is our neck health. Because I hold, you hold probably a lot of your stress in your neck and your shoulders. So making sure that we have got good neck muscle strength, and we know how to stretch that, and also we know how to relieve that stress. Because the other thing that happens with our body is, this is something that you may or may not know, is we have two types of fat in our body. We have white fat and we have brown fat. And white fat is kind of the fat that really doesn't do anything. It's there for fuel storage in case of absolute starvation. So it just hangs around doing nothing. But the brown fat that we have is metabolically very active. And that sits at the base of our neck and right behind our scapulars. So if we want to release that fat and we want to keep it energized, then we need to, make sure that our neck and our shoulders are healthy, because that's where that fat sits. So neck stretches is one thing that we're going to do. And the other thing that I'm going to start with and talk about is our gut bacteria. Is your gut in a rut? Do you know about probiotics and prebiotics? Because this time of year, we tend to be a little bit out of our normal routine of eating. There tends to be, especially with the kids going back to school, some viruses going around and infections going around that we may or may not have to go on a course of antibiotics for. And as all Whirlpool employees, you may be traveling either within the country or out of the country. And these are all things that can really affect your gut bacteria. A change in diet, increase in stress, any kind of inflammation in your body, and antibiotics will decrease your good bacteria in your digestive system, and in fact your whole body, because we don't just have bacteria in our digestive system, it is throughout our body. And 70% of your immune system is affected by this good bacteria. So it's really important that we support our body's health with having a healthy level of good bacteria. Good bacteria also helps you digest food. It keeps the bad bacteria at bay, the fungus, the candida, all those other little things that we have going on in our bodies. Good bacteria also prevents diarrhea, constipation. It reduces your sugar cravings. I might have to say that again for you. It reduces your sugar cravings. It helps elevate your mood if you've got a good, healthy level of good bacteria. It elevates your mood and it elevates your energy levels. And there's a lot of studies out there right now that it also helps prevent colon cancer. It helps increase your metabolism and prevents a little bit of weight gain. Some other things is it's really good for good liver health. I mean, the list goes on and on and on. So if you've ever been on a course of antibiotics, I'm afraid that most of your good bacteria has been annihilated by those antibiotics. And as I said, stress, inflammation, change of diet, travel, and eating different foods all affect our levels. And we know sometimes we don't feel great, and it could be as simple as an imbalance in your bacteria levels. So here's a really easy way that you can boost those bacteria levels by using probiotics and prebiotics. And I think most of us have heard about probiotics. Those are the live, healthy bacteria cultures that are found in yogurt and kimchi and sauerkraut and kombucha tea and miso. So the fermented foods are really high in the probiotics. My recommendation though is, if you're traveling a lot, is to find a good supplement that has a probiotic in it, because the foods have a lower level of probiotics in them. The supplements, the good supplements, have a much higher spectrum of different good bacteria. And, you know, all as is with all supplements, they are not all created equal. So if I was buying a probiotic, I would look for one that has millions and millions and millions of good bacteria. You know, make sure you keep it in the refrigerator or in a dark, cool place. And, you know, if some of them are live, and those are the ones that you find in the refrigerator section at the pharmacy or at the health food shop. So probiotics are really good, but you can get those in your food. Prebiotics are something that we're not as familiar with, and prebiotics actually encourage the growth of friendly bacteria in your gut. And prebiotics are found in fibers and plant sugars. So you can actually get them from the food that you're eating. They're found in legumes, in steel-cut oats, in onions, leeks, garlic, and some of the green leafy vegetables. So that's where your prebiotics are found. And there are some supplements that actually contain the prebiotics and the probiotics together, and that would be a great supplement to have. So it's something to consider. As I said, especially this time of year, you really want to repopulate your body with a great colony of really healthy bacteria, so that you can feel your best. It's really important that we feel our best. And we know sometimes when our gut is in a rut, that really brings us down. So anyway, if you have any questions, you can always grab me, and I will certainly talk to you about prebiotics and postbiotics. Probiotics. All right, second part of the video is our neck health. So we've done I'm sitting on my ball. We've done some of these neck exercises before, but I'm going to give you a couple of new ones. But these are ones, obviously, that you can do when you're sitting at your desk. And there's no rhyme or reason or how many you should do, but if you could do a couple every day, it will really help the muscles in your neck. And you really need to support your head with, you know, good muscular definition around here. And having tight muscles here is not necessarily good. So here are some stretches. The first one is just a very simple flexion stretch, and you can put your hands behind your head and then just drop your chin slowly down towards your neck or your throat. And just hold it there and breathe a couple of times and just feel a nice stretch all through your shoulders and through the back of your neck. So that's a nice flexion stretch. I would hold it for about 10 seconds and then come up and then drop down and come up. The next one increases muscular strength. So what you want to do is you want to put your palm on your forehead, sit up nice and straight, and then push your forehead into your palm. And you can do that in that flexion position. And then release. And press and release. So that will actually help increase the strength, especially through these lovely, I'm not even going to try and say the word, but I call them guitar strings, because they are kind of like yucky. All right, next two exercises, I've written them all down in my little folder. Lateral stretch. So this is one that we've done. Ear down to shoulder, sitting up nice and tall. Just drop it down, breathe. come up. Obviously, you could do the other side. Make sure you're sitting up nice and tall with that suck and tuck going on. Remember, suck your belly in, or squeeze that pencil, even when you're sitting in your chair. So a nice lateral stretch. Now, the way that you can do this as an isometric movement is you want to put one hand behind your back, and then the other hand you want to just press it on the side of your forehead, and then you are going to press into that hand, and then relax, and then come into the stretch, and then press your temple into your hand, and then of course you're going to change sides. So you drop that hand behind that back. Remember that externally rotate your shoulder, and then you're going to do a nice stretch, making sure that you don't hold your breath, and then release. Okay, the next one that I really encourage you to do is to do a rotation. And when we do a rotation, this is great, but I also want you to work on your eyes, because your eyes get very tired from staring at your computers all day. So when you do your rotation, you're going to be looking over your shoulder, sitting up tall, but I also want you to look with your eyes as far behind you as you can, because your eyes are muscles and they need to be worked. So rotate those eyeballs, look behind you as far as you can, and then come back, and then go to the other side as well. So that is a really good stretch. And you can do that isometrically, sit forward, and then try and rotate that head again, but then you've got the force of your hand to push against. So here I'm trying to rotate my head to the right, and I'm pressing to the left with my right hand. And then the same thing. So I would be pushing this way, so I'm going to try and push that way, and I'm really strengthening these back muscles. All right, then you've got your extension stretch. So if you feel comfortable, and don't do this if you've got any numbness running down your shoulders and into your hands, but you can do a nice extension stretch. And then your isometric one is just to push into the back of your head with the back of your head. Push it into your palms, okay? Remember, do not forget to breathe. And then the last one, pull over to the right and pull over to the left. And pull down to so you're looking to your armpit and up, and then other side, look to your armpit, and you're going to feel this all the way through your neck here. One more thing I forgot, my turtle exercise. And you're not going to laugh at me for this one. This is the one that we do because we sit in this position all day. And it's really important to do neck stretches and back. See how many chins you can make. So you want to pull your neck back and shoulders down. And then you want to stretch it out as far as you can, like a turtle coming out of his shell. And then pull it back and kind of make as many chins as you can, chin to chest. So those are really good neck health exercises that you can do sitting at your desk, getting fit while you sit. All right, thanks for watching, guys.